So today we're going to be, well, at least starting the internal wall, which will run along here. And the plan is a couple of things. I need to put the membrane on the joist and down the side so that it is sitting between the partition wall and the surfaces that will attach to. There's also some considerations about the fixing of the plasterboard. So I want to, when I build this partition wall, I want to still have a place for the plasterboard itself to fix to. So I'm going to put a couple of studs at 90 degrees to the original ones to give it that little bit wider support, so you've got that extra fixing available for the plasterboard, or the battens that will then have the plasterboard on it to sit onto. So you'll be seeing that the partition wall itself is going to have a door here. The initial plans had this as a toilet area, but we've decided for the moment to actually keep this whole thing as one storage area with an internal access. So we'll start by putting in the extra studs, one at each end, to provide a fixing point for the plasterboard later on. Then we'll put in the airtight membrane, both on the walls and the ceilings, and then we'll begin to build the wall itself. In terms of the videos, I actually I've had a little bit of a gap between starting the internal wall, where I put this membrane initially over where the internal wall was going to go. The insulation arrived, so I've begun putting in that, and I've got that around, well, this, and then so that section of wall, and then all along here, and then I've actually lined this side with the air guard membrane. But today I'm back looking at the internal wall, so you get to see a continuation of that. And I bought a door lining. I just got this from my local DIY supplier, and it comes with two options for a wider door and a narrower door. So I'm for the kind of what will eventually be the toilet area. But initially will be a kind of door into this storage area, internal door. I've gone for the narrower door just because it's not a very wide room anyway, and so I've cut that down to size, and then I've marked it out on the bottom plate so that I know where I'm going to put the studs. So it was a bit tricky kind of working out just in theory how wide the door was going to be, because you've got this door lining that you need to account for. So you've got that, obviously the vertical, and you've got the horizontal that sits on top, like that, and it will go together. So I thought, well, instead of trying to guess it, what I'll do is I will buy the pieces themselves and then just measure it and scribe it and make sure it's all right first time. So I've marked out where I'm going to have where the width that room is, and then I'm going to begin putting in studs around that to cut out the section of the bottom plate that I don't need, and put in the top plate as well. So you see me build the wall, and now we have fitted, well, at least part of the door lining. So I put in this cross piece, this header here. So this wall isn't structural, so it doesn't need to be particularly strong. Just needs to hold that header of the door lining in place. So got that all leveled up nicely, and then now we can put in the door liner itself. So I've just fixed the header into place and positioned that one just to check the height, and it's all looking pretty good, so I'm happy with that. So we've got this internal wall now. It's on 600mm centres from the doorway. This stud here is actually in preparation for the internal wall that will go across to form the toilet room eventually.